So we're down on the south coast today for an exclusive preview of Southwestern Vehicle Auction's next classic sale on October the 29th. And we love coming down here because it's a fascinating mix of cars. You've got your obscure rarities, traditional classics, and just a little bit of high-end exotica as well. So where should we start?
Well, I kind of assumed you'd be kicking off with a Mini, but I guess you're more of a fast Ford boy these days, are you? We seem to be stood by an RS1800.
Well, I think this is as good a place to start as anywhere. It's the sales headline car, an estimate of 70 to 75,000, but there's a reason for that, because this is an RS1800 from the very first year of production, 1975, a Halewood car. The later cars were made in Germany, and what a thing.
Yeah, it's one of about 20 custom models that were made, I think, so it is quite a rare car.
Yeah, the custom models had sort of different bits on the dashboard, a glove box, fully trimmed door cards, and I believe it had sort of a boot carpet as well. You can see it's an early one because it's got a white rear spoiler. The later ones had a black.
Yeah, and this one says Ford on the spoiler, which the Ford boys tell me is quite something.
Been fully restored, nut and bolt. You can see how nice it looks.
It does look good, actually.
It's got a 2-litre BDG engine in it now, producing around 220 horsepower. So it's got the go to match its looks. I just love these. They're so rare. They only made 109, I think, in total. And like you say, only 20 customs.
Yeah, it's a proper thing as well. A little bit of dirt on the wheels. Looks like it's actually been driven, which is nice to see. Yeah, obviously works properly. Really
smart. If a Ford's not your thing, how about a Jag?
Well, it's just as exotic, isn't it? It's a bit less money, I think, this one.
Yep, 1962, so 1 year into production. A nice fixed head coupe in red.
The paintwork's not so great on this one, but they tell us that the rest of the car is far, far better than the paintwork. So nut and bolt restoration, guy spent a lot of time on it, and you can see the chrome and everything has all been done nicely. And the next job is the paint, isn't it, to make it a really nice example. They've estimated it at 50 to 55, and obviously a 62 E-Type, all finished and complete, is worth a lot more than 50 to 55. So there's something in it for someone here, and what a lovely car to just own and use.
Well, absolutely, and told it drives really, really well. From long-term ownership.
Yeah, it sat around for a long time, didn't it, and then was restored, yeah.
But that means it's just really low mileage. I think it's about 44,000, so, yeah. And that's likely to be genuine. Of course, not everything needs to command huge price tags. We've got some more affordable British classics here. What about this?
A40 Sports.
Yeah, when you think of an A40, you think of a Farina, don't you?
Yeah, you don't think of something this.
Jensen bodied, a GD2 car, which you can identify by the floor shift. The later cars had a column shift. And it's reckoned there's only 3 of these left.
This one's not quite standard, is it? It's had a bigger engine fitted, hasn't it?
No, the 1200cc is standard. This has got an engine from a Riley 1.5, so should be a little bit more usable. Back
in the day, the road tests said they struggled to hold a cruising speed of 60 miles an hour, so it's no surprise that people change the engines. They are a heavy car.
Another iconic, affordable British sports car.
This is great, isn't it?
Yeah, I love these.
This has got a lovely original feel to it. I mean, I think the paintwork's not original, but it's just got a lovely sort of patina feel to it. It's just been loved and enjoyed. It's come from South Africa, and it's obviously just been driven, and they haven't even had to put the roof up. In fact, I think the roof is just needs replacing. It's never been used, has it? So I think when they say it's rot-free, they're probably right. I think this thing's never seen rain, has it?
No. 1958 car, first year of production. Of course, they had a 948cc engine, but this one's been upgraded with a larger 1098 A series, so a little bit more punch.
It's going to drive brilliantly with that.
Yeah, they're so much fun, aren't they? Nice established classic. How about another established classic?
This was a step up from the Frog Eye back in the day, I guess, wasn't it, really?
Very late Alpine, Series 5.
Yeah, it's a 1725.
Yep, 1725cc, which is the biggest engine they fitted, which has been tweaked by Holbay Engineering. So I think it's probably an engine from an H120 Rapier, but it's got twin Webers, a bit more power, probably about 110 horsepower. Yeah, nice car.
As the thing that let the Alpine down was the pedestrian performance, and I imagine this one is not.
Yeah, you can imagine. It's
got one of those Webers on it.
It's had a lot of work done, a lot of restoration. Yeah, do like that. So staying with the British car theme, anything more British than an AD016?
AD016, yes.
Yeah.
It's 1300 this as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a manual. They go all right as well.
Yeah, I really like the colour of this. It's Blue Royale, apparently. A proper little survivor. 39,000 miles showing. And I think that's probably genuine, What a lovely thing. So it's a very late Mark II, and it's very, very nice. I like that. I'd be tempted to have a bid on that myself.
What's the estimate, Jeff?
I think it's really quite reasonable, something like 1,500 to 1,900, which I'm surely going to go for more than that.
Yeah, it's a real survivor, isn't it?
Of course. These kind of took sales away from these, didn't they?
Yes, they did really, yes.
Absolutely wonderful. This is a 1957 Morris Minor Traveller. One of the first 1,000 cars, so one of the first 948s with the one-piece windscreen. And this one has been, well, it's been so beautifully restored. Long-term ownership.
This has had a lot of money and time spent on it. I've restored a Traveller in the past, and I just know all the pitfalls that you can trip up in.
Everywhere you look on this, I mean, you'd have to say it's concours, wouldn't you?
See, you can tell here, someone's put a lot of effort into getting that right.
That's a proper show car, that one, isn't it? It's really, really nice. Big fan of that.
Volvo?
Something completely different. What about this?
I really like this. It's a 164, isn't it? It's got a long snout on it.
Yeah, the 164, 3-litre automatic.
Straight six, yeah.
Never welded, so a bit of a survivor, this one. And I believe it was owned by the Nepalese embassy, so it's got a brilliant history, big folders of history with it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a really original car, isn't it? It's got a nice inside as well.
It's remarkably solid, isn't it? It's survived really well. Unrestored.
Pretty rare car.
I like that. Definitely something different. Of course, you want something really different. How about that? 1964 Corvette C2 Stingray.
4-speed, manual.
Yeah, manual car as well. Thought that was unusual. Obviously restored.
It's been done nicely, hasn't it? And Corvettes aren't my thing, but you can just tell with the, these fiberglass cars are so hard to get right. There aren't any cracks or crazes.
No, it's really straight, isn't it? The trim's really, really nice as well. All in good condition. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for that. For me though, my 60s chariot of choice would probably be
this is nice.
This Mercedes Pagoda 1967 250 SL.
Yeah, similar money to the E-Type. They've got this estimated at 52 to 59, and what a car. This was a really expensive car when it was new. It was more expensive than the Jaguar.
Oh, it's really nice condition, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, it's had a lot of restoration, this one.
A classy machine that you could pretty much take anywhere.
Yeah, it's nicely detailed as well. It's got 4 nice Michelins on it, little things like that.
Wouldn't look out of place anywhere, would it?
No.
Really great selection of cars in here, but I can't let us leave the hall without looking at a Mini.
A Mini, all right, where is it?
It's a nice Mini. It's a really nice Mini.
They made one. Is it this pickup?
Yes, it is.
I can get with that, actually, to be fair. Is this Sanglo, Jeff? Tell me
it's Sanglo, yes.
Yeah.
1979. So this is one of the very last pickups with the 850 engine. Stopped making the 850 engine in 1980. So like I say, this will be one of the very final cars. And it's been really nicely done. This is a nice, nice machine. Trim's nice inside. Not sure it'd have carpets as standard.
They're estimating this at 9 to 10 grand. Many people pay that sort of money for these?
I think that is a very cautious estimate. I think it should do more than that.
Interesting.
They only made just over 58,000 of these. When you consider the minivan, they made 500,000. I've had a van, but I'd love a pickup, and that would be a very good one to have.
I'll give you that, Jeff. That's nice. Yeah.
Just before we leave, of course, it would be remiss not to mention this Citroen Traction, wouldn't it? That's a lovely
this is
car.
a lovely one, isn't it? It's a left-hand drive, French-built car. Yeah. They do drive beautifully, these, and the owner's only selling it because...
it doesn't get on with the left-hand drive, apparently.
I like it, no.
We've actually seen this one at the auction before. It was here a year ago when we were here, and it's just as wonderful now as it was then.
Even got a packet of Gauloises in the glove box.
That's a
authentic.
really nice touch, isn't it? Really nice, authentic French touch. Yeah, like that a lot. Of course, while we've been talking, the chaps have kindly brought us 4 more classics to cast our eye over. And we'll start with a nice modern classic. How about this one?
Yeah, E36 323i convertible, a late one on the T-plate. They always make the convertibles for a little bit longer than the saloon when they change the models over at BMW. This is in quite good condition, actually. It's only done, what, 78,000?
78,000 miles, because it spent the first sort of decade of its life in Guernsey and wasn't brought over till 2011. So that probably explains the low mileage, given that Guernsey's quite small.
Automatic 323i, not quite as exciting on the road as a 328i, but they're lovely and refined. They're 6-cylinder, 170 horsepower to 2.5, so it feels nice. Nice roof on this one, actually. They tend to scuff in certain places, and the window's all right, actually.
What about another modern classic? A70 Supra. This is a 3-litre automatic.
Not a turbo, is it, this one?
No.
It's got the wide body style, though, hasn't it? Pop fact for you, chaps. In the Japanese domestic market, they're ever so slightly narrower. The tax regulations, yeah.
It's another reasonably low mileage car as well, 79,000 on this one.
Yeah, they're quite a rare car, these, aren't they, really? This was the first generation of Supra that broke the link with the regular Celica, so it is a significant car for Toyota.
A little bit of TLC, you can have a really nice car.
Yeah, it needs some details, doesn't it? But I mean, the interior's nice, and that's going to be the parts you couldn't get. So yeah, the bodywork's generally all right.
Of course, I'd probably rewind back a couple of decades and have a look at one of these, a Fiat 124 Coupe, 3rd generation model with the 1800 twin cam, a 5-speed gearbox. It's had a lot of work done in the last couple of years, full restoration, full respray. Really nice example now, very, very nice indeed. Just stylish, aren't they? The Italians knew what they were doing.
I like the fact it's on steels as well. It's not got big chunky alloys fitted.
And then, shall we revert to type and back to a British classic?
Back to roots. Started
Back
just
to
here
our-
a few minutes ago in this very spot. Sing a Vogue.
Again, with the 1725 engine, just like the Alpine had.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to find a Vogue these days. I mean, it's the Hillman Hunter by another name, isn't it? But most of them were badged as Hillmans.
Really nice example. It's had a new speedo. Adding it up with the previous speedo, it's done about 47,000. And you can believe that with the condition of the interior. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, it certainly seems like an original car, doesn't it?
No, that is really smart. Of course, we're not done there. There's a whole hall of other classics for us to go and cast our eye
I bet
over.
there's some minis for you in there, Jeff.
I believe there might be one or two, yeah. Oh, look, there's another Volvo.
Yeah, not as rare as you thought, eh?
No.
I was drawn to the Beetle, actually, myself, being a Beetle man. Looks quite honest and solid, actually. Been rust-proofed. Bit of work to do, a couple of wings maybe, that sort of thing, but no, it looks quite all right. You like the Maestro, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this MG Maestro. It's 1986 car, 2 litre EFI. So the 2 litre O series motor, which is the one to have. Too late for the talking dash, but
Probably not a bad thing.
it's quite a straight looking car, isn't it? My dad had one of these when I was a kid, so I've always wanted to buy one. I've got fond memories of it. But I quite like this Mercedes as well.
That's a basic, isn't it?
Very basic, 200, 93 horsepower, something like that. 1979 example.
But behind the Mercedes, Jeff, what's this? It's a Rover Metro. Who doesn't love a Rover Metro?
It's a Rover Metro. It's a Rover Metro Casino. Would you take a gamble on it?
I'd take a bet, yeah.
Done 15,000 miles. Hasn't got rusty arches, which is, no, it's really nice. Still got the original dealer plates on it.
Crying out for a VVC drop-in, isn't it?
No, you can't do that. MGF Freestyle.
Yeah, hardtop.
Yeah, hardtop. I love the front lip they came with, like the trophy front lip.
It is pretty tidy, this. Body on it's pretty good. Yeah, you might be right there, Jeff.
Nice
We can agree for once, look.
The Luxurious 5, the Luxurious Super Sank. A Renault 5 Monaco. This is a 1.4 auto, this one, I think, 'cause they did them with the 1700 in
It's
as well.
automatic, yeah.
Yeah. They came in two colours, didn't they? Brown and slightly lighter brown, from what I remember. And what about that?
I think this is my favourite thing. Just my favourite thing.
It's about 6 lanes wide, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. It's a full four-seater. Wow. 8-track in this.
That interior, wow.
Everything, wow. Of course, this might not be your cup of tea. Can appreciate it's not everybody's thing. So there's some more cars over here. A very early 4-door Range Rover. It's, I think, another South African import, so it's pretty solid. But it's got a nice, honest sort of look to it. And the early 4-doors are a nice car. They're a bit more practical than the earlier 2-doors, but they've not got the value yet.
TR6 is nice in the...
Mimosa.
And we're both like this, don't we? We're both big fans of this.
Yeah, this is lovely. It's V12, proper. It actually looks like it's pretty good and solid and up together. And a Panther Callista.
So really, quite a wide selection of classics. The obscure to the traditional. The sale's on the 29th of October. There's viewing days beforehand. You can book a viewing by appointment. And for all the cars we haven't covered here, you can head to the website and see what they've got. Brilliant selection.
Our friends at Lancaster Insurance are giving away this fantastic 1984 Ford Escort XR3i. It's free and easy to enter. All you got to do is follow the link on screen and fill out the form under the competitions tab. T's and C's do apply, and good luck.